Good morning, student of classes. So we will continue in chapter 12. Exploring our material heritage. Famous temples and places of worship. The Meenakshi temple in Madurai in Tamil Nadu is one of the famous temples in India. The temple is dedicated to Lord Shiva and his wife Parvati. The temple is enclosed with a rectangular wall and has four gopurams facing four directions, which are ornately decorated with painted sculptures. The Sun Temple at Konarak in Odisha is another famous temple in India. It is built in honor of the sun god Surya. It is magnificent work of stone architecture built in the 13th century. It was designed to show the chariot of sun god with 12 pairs of stone carved wheels pulled by 7 galloping horses. The Sanna temple is situated in the state of Uttar Pradesh near Varanasi. It is a famous Buddhist site where Lord Buddha delivered his first sermon to his 5 disciples. Emperor Ashoka, who spread Buddha's message of love and compassion throughout his vast empire, visited Sarnath around 234 BCE and erected the stupa there. The Ashoka pillar with 4 lions is at the museum in Sarnath. The Khajuraho temple in Madhya Pradesh was built during the rule of Chandera dynasty. These consist of a number of sculptured temples dedicated to Lord Shiva, Vishnu and Jain gods. The Jama Masjid in Delhi is the largest mosque in India. It was built by Shahjahan in the year 1650 CE. The spacious courtyard of Jama Masjid can accommodate hundreds of worshippers at a time. The Basilica of Bom Jesus is a 300-old-year church situated in the beach city of Goa. The Basilica houses the remains of Saint Francis Xavier. The Basilica is considered to be one of the best examples of European architecture in India. It has been declared as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Paintings. India has a rich heritage of paintings. The earliest Indian paintings were in the form of rock paintings of the prehistoric times. The Bhimbetka cave painting in Madhya Pradesh show the life of early man. These cave paintings date back to more than 30,000 years ago, showing the life of people during those times. The caves of Ajanta and Ellora in Aurangabad in Maharashtra are a masterpiece of the cultural heritage of India. The Ajanta caves are about 30 rock-cut Buddhist cave mountains which date from the 2nd century BCE to about 480 or 650 CE. They are one of the most popular Buddhist monuments in India carved out of a rock cliff. The Ajanta caves are famous for their sculptures and wall paintings which are considered to be masterpieces of Buddhist religious art. Ajanta caves are famous for their fresco art all over the world. In fresco art paint is applied on wet plaster to make the color permanent. The walls are filled with colorful paintings and depict the life and teachings of Lord Buddha. Natural colors and dyes were used in these paintings. The Ellora caves consist of 34 monasteries and temples extending over more than 2 kilometers. Created between the 6th and 10th century, they are a masterpiece of Indian rock-cut architecture. The Ellora complex is a unique artistic creation devoted to Buddhism, Hinduism, and Jainism. This shows the spirit of tolerance that was characteristic of ancient India. Indian paintings may be grouped as wall paintings, murals, or miniature painting. The best example of wall painting are the frescoes of Ajanta caves. Miniature paintings were small paintings that were made in great detail using bright colors. The miniature paintings threw light on the life and culture of that period and had some simple themes like Hindu gods and goddesses, life of kings and battle scenes, etc. The Rajasthani and Pahari paintings are fine examples of miniature paintings. Artifact. Terracotta art was one of the earliest forms of art in India, existing from the times of Harappan civilization. The ruins of Harappa show the usage of terracotta art. Terracotta was used to make figurines, sculpture, and pottery. Coins are also an important part of our material heritage. as they reflect the socio-economic condition of the time. A coin generally had the name of the king and a picture which tell about the king or society of that time. A gold or a silver coin indicated a rich and prosperous kingdom, preserving our heritage. We have just read the India as a rich storehouse of extraordinary material heritage. They remind us of our glorious past and make us feel proud of our country. Foreign tourists look upon our rich heritage with wonder and appreciation. Therefore, it is the duty of every citizen to protect and preserve these heritage sites, so that the future generation get to see them and learn about their glorious past. To help preserve the monuments, organizations like Archaeological Survey of India and UNESCO play an important role. They look after the maintenance of the heritage site and provide assistance to restore and preserve them. In 1983, UNESCO established 18 April as the International Day of Monuments and Sites. It aims to raise public awareness about the diversity and the possibility of destruction of the world's monuments. It also aims to make efforts to protect and conserve the monuments. Nothing is possible unless we take interest and help